Good morning, my dear students. How are you all doing today? I too am fine. Now, before we begin anything else, let us have Janine to lead the prayer. Amen. Okay, thank you, Janine. I would like everyone to put themselves physically and mentally present in class, and please compose of yourselves accordingly. I can see that all chairs are occupied, so that means no one is absent, which is very good. Now, everyone, please give yourselves a round of applause for being complete. Now I will need everyone's cooperation and participation. I have put some photos of different nations on the board. Write what they have contributed to Philippines' education system. Let's have a short review on the past lesson that has been tackled. The historical legal foundations of education. Now we will majorly focus on the chapter of local context. Now, what nations were involved on Philippines' education? Yes, Spain, America, and Japan. That's great. Now, everyone, we will be talking about the legal underpinnings of Philippine education. We will be talking about its educational structure, its background, and history. On February 27th of 1945, the Department of Instruction was made part of the Department of Public Instruction. On this period, we were still under the American powers. In 1947, by virtue of Executive Number 94, signed by President Manuel A. Rojas, the Department of Instruction was changed to Department of Education. After the United States relinquished all its authority over the Philippines, President Manuel A. Rojas issued Executive Order 94, which renamed Department of Instruction into Department of Education. During this period, the regulation and supervision of public and private schools belonged to the Bureau of Public and Private Schools. So this time, it was given to the government. In 1972, the Department of Education became the Department of Education and Culture, or DSC, under Proclamation 1081, which was signed by President Marcos. On September 24th of 1972, by Presidential Decree Number 1, DEC was decentralized with decision-making shared among its 13 regional offices. Following a referendum of all barangays in the Philippines from January 10 to 15 of 1973, President Marcos ratified the 1973 Constitution by Proclamation 1102 on January 17th of 1973. The 1973 Constitution set out the three fundamental aims of education in the Philippines: to foster love of country, to teach the duties of citizenship, and to develop moral character, self-discipline, and scientific, technological, and vocational efficiency. So those were the three aims of the 1973 Constitution, which regards to education only. In 1978, by Presidential Decree Number 1397, DECs became the Ministry of Education and Culture. The Education Act of 1982 provided an integrated system of education covering both formal and non-formal education at all levels. Section 29 of the Act sought to upgrade educational institutional standards to achieve quality education through voluntary accreditation for schools, colleges, and universities. Section 16 and Section 17 upgraded the obligations and qualifications required for teachers and administrators. On Section 41 provided for government financial assistance to private schools. This act also created the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports. The Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports, which later became Department of Education, Culture, and Sports in 1987 by virtue of Executive Order Number 117, the Ministry of Education, Culture, and Sports became again the DECs under Executive Order Number 117. The structure of DECs as embodied in the order remained practically unchanged until 1994. Even though there was a change of administration, they were still able to go through everything and change everything. Yes. So when President Cory Aquino took on the office of the president, she really had to work a lot to change the constitution from former President Marcos' dictatorial reign. On May 26 of 1988, the Congress of the Philippines enacted the Republic Act 6655, or the Free Public Secondary Education Act of 1988, which mandated free public secondary education commencing in the school year 1988 to 1989. The Commission on Higher Education, or CHED, and Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, were established to supervise tertiary degree programs and non-degree technical vocational programs, respectively. Now please get a 1/2 crosswise paper and a pen, of course. I will dictate as to what number we are and say the questions twice, only twice. Now what I want you to do is supply short details as to what happened on the years that I will mention. Please remain quiet throughout the quiz so that everyone can hear. Is that clear? Very good. Now, we will begin. Number 1. What happened on the year of 1947? Again, what happened on the year 1947? Number 2. What happened on the year 1973? Again, what happened on the year 1973? Number 3. What happened on the year 1945? Again, what happened on the year 1945? Number 4. What happened on the year 1972? Again, what happened on the year 1972? Number 5. What happened on the year 1987? Again, what happened on the year 1987? For number 6, this will be an extra question. Write it at the back of your paper. Who declared the Presidential Decree 1081? Again, who declared the Presidential Decree 1081? That is all. Now I want everyone to submit their papers to the front and exchange with the other rows. I will be calling names and ask for answers on the numbers. And I want for everyone to check on the same time if the answer on the paper is right or wrong. Am I clear? Number 1. What happened on the year 1947? Please stand up, Mr. John. Okay, very good. Now for number 2. What happened in the year 1973, Miss Jenny? Very good. For number 3, what happened in the year 1945? Please stand up, Miss Alexa. Correct. Well done. For number 4, what happened on the year 1972? Please stand up, Mr. Dre. Very good. Now for number 5, what happened on the year 1987? Please stand up, Miss Jane. Yes, Miss Jane, please stand up. Very good. Now for number 6, who was the president responsible for Proclamation 1081? Please stand up, Mr. Jake. Okay, Mr. Jake. Yes, very good. Now for those who got 4 points or higher, it meant you were quick to pick up as to what I was saying. And for those who got lower, I need you guys to practice on listening more and writing down key points on what I am saying for, because I discuss a little bit fast. Yeah, so I need you guys to catch up with me by taking down notes on key points. Now I need everyone to think or formulate their own bills with regards to the education system of the Philippines? Or can you make revisions with already passed bills? This will serve as your assignment, and I will be giving you 4 days, again, 4 days to submit it. Must be cleanly written or encoded on short bond paper and has 1-inch margin on all sides. You can refer to the internet and look for samples of bill proposals. Is that clear? Very good. We will be having another activity now. First, group yourselves into 10, yes. Pick a leader per group, and you will be allowed to use 3 phones per group. Look for bills or laws and resolutions that has been passed by lawmakers in the Philippines from the year 2000 till the present. Per group must have and present 2 bills, laws, or resolutions and explain its scope and the main use of those said bills, laws, or resolutions. Using your phones, you will connect on my personal Wi-Fi only for the span of the activity. Communicate with the other groups to avoid repetitions of bills, laws, or resolutions. Is that clear? Very good. Now, well done, everyone. That was very good for all of you, especially in such a short notice that you could come up with those. Now, for the final part, or no, maybe let's say what have you learned for today for our discussions? Yes. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone, and keep safe.